Hello everyone, myself Amita Maheswari, and today we are going to study Business Studies, Chapter 3, Private, Public and Global Enterprises for Class 11th. First of all, let us study about public and private sector. In Indian economy, there are two types of sector, public sector and private sector. The public sector, it includes departmental undertakings, statutory cooperation, government, companies. In private sector, as we have already studied in chapter 2, forms of business organization, sole proprietorship, partnership, joint Hindu family, cooperative, company, that is limited, public limited and private limited company, and multinational companies, right? So before we start about private sector and private sector enterprises and public sector enterprises, okay, first of all let us see that in what way government after independence laid down some of the industrial policy resolution. So what is industrial policy resolution? Industrial policy resolution from time to time defines what it do. It defines the area of activities in which the private sector and public sector are allowed to operate. So as you know that in 1947 we got independence, and private sector was also not that much capable of running their own economic or their own business, right? So mostly the burden was on the public sector, means on the government. So in industrial policy resolution 1948, the government of India had specified the approach towards development of industrial sector. As they were knowing that till they will not grow or develop industrial sector, it is impossible for our economy or our country to have growth. So they clearly defined that what will be the roles of public sector and private sector in country, right? So in 1948 Industrial Resolution Act, they defined that what should be the role of private sector and what should be the role of public sector in the economy. Later on in 1956, again they put some certain objectives in the industrial policy resolution. These certain objectives were for public sector, that how public sector will be helping in accelerating the rate of growth and industrialization, means how growth of our country will be more, right, with more speed, and how we will be having industrialization in our economy. So that was being projected by the government in 1956 industrial policy resolution, and they gave more importance to the public sector as private sector was not that much developed at that time. Later on in 1991 industrial policy, as it was totally different from the earlier policies, whatever policies were made before 1991, right, this policy was totally different. And in these policies government was deliberate this investment of public sector and allowing greater freedom to the private sector. In 1991 policy, government, they started selling their shares of public sector or selling whole public sector to the private sector, and they increase the role of private sector in the economy, because by that time private sector was capable enough to have their own business and expansion of their business. So instead of only work done by the government or public sector, they allowed private sector also to operate in the area where only government was working, and even they gave freedom to the private sector to expand their business, to have business with other countries also. At the same time, foreign direct investment was also invited from business houses outside India. So not only freedom was given to the private sector, but foreigners were also invited to invest in our country. Thus multinational corporations or global enterprises which operate in more than one country gain entry into the Indian economy. So all the global enterprises, right, multinational corporations which are already running or having branches in different countries, they also got entry in our Indian economy. Thus we have public sector units, private sector enterprises and global enterprises coexisting in the Indian economy. So in let us see first of all that what is private sector enterprises and public sector enterprises. So private sector enterprises are formed, owned, controlled and managed by private businessmen, right? So government interference is very less in such, and all the decisions are taken by the private enterprises only. The main objective of these private enterprises are to earn profit, right? For example, Tata company. And as we have already studied in the chart, that private sector enterprises are such types like sole proprietorship concerns, Hindu undivided family business, partnership business organization, cooperative societies, joint stock companies. These are the types of private sector enterprises. Then public sector enterprises are the enterprises owned and managed by government, that is central or state government, or by both, and the basic purpose is to render service to society. For example, railways, LIC, FCI, post offices, these all are considered as government because government has monopoly over it, and their main motive is to provide services at cheaper rate to the public sector for social welfare. Forms of public sector enterprises are departmental undertakings, public corporations, government companies. For example, here is given Post and Telegraph is totally under the government. Reserve Bank of India is totally under the government, it is the government bank. Then ITI Limited, that is Indian Telephone Industries, right? These all are the companies which are operated by the government. Okay, so related to all these, like in detail, we are going to study later on. Till now, I hope everybody understood. Thank you, everyone. All the best.